Welcome back, folks. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. Today, unfortunately, we're going to be talking about Cooper Kupp, who is going to be out for an extended period of time, according to Sean McVay. I'll explain what the deal is with him, who is going to potentially fill in for him, and where the Rams go from here. Before I get into that, though, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media, including Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at JKBogan, as well as Kick. So today's sponsor of the video is Via. Summer is heading into the bottom of the ninth, but with football season coming in hot, don't let those high summer vibes hit the bench. Change the game and elevate your everyday with Via. You can use my code JKBogan and get 15% off your purchase of Via. So Via Hemp, there are all sorts of products out there. You definitely want to check it out. Personally, I love the gummies. I have been going crazy about the gummies. It's been great. It's a stressful time of year for me, as I'm sure you're well aware of. I do a show every single day of the week. I do live streams. I do film breakdown. I do regular analysis videos. I also do just humble opinion-based videos. Well, it's nonstop video making. It's nonstop doing. It's nonstop creating. And so when I get stressed out, it's always good to be able to rely on Via gummies. THC, non-THC, sleep. If you're having a hard time sleeping, I've had great success with that. So definitely check out. Link is in the description, the comment section below. Via JKBogan, 15% off only if you're 21 years or older to check out Via. Highly recommend, and I like I said, use it all the time. I didn't think I would, but here we are. Special shout out to Via. Definitely go and check out their product today. All right, guys. So Cooper Kupp, let's just be honest here. It's not great. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not great. We were hoping for a low ankle sprain. We did not get that. We don't really even have a diagnosis. We just know he's going to be out an extended period of time. And IR is likely. Okay, so not having Cooper Kupp is one thing. Not having Puka Nacua is one thing. Not having either of them creates some problems. It just does. So with that said, what do the Rams do from here? Where do they go from here? What happens? Well, I'll tell you right now. Cooper Kupp is going to be out beyond the bye, and they're not going to have him until past week 7. Okay, we know the same thing is true with Avila. We know the same thing is true with Noteboom. We know the same thing to be true with Nacua. Okay, so a lot of injuries. So what are the Rams going to do going up against a tough 49ers team? Well, they're going to have to go the next man up approach. What else can they do? Unfortunately, Cooper Kupp is not going to play this week. We know that. Jonah Jackson also is not going to play this week. That is a little bit new. So, with that said, where do the Rams go from here? Well, it's going to start with Demarcus Robinson, who's played himself into this role. He is now the starting number 1 wide receiver. Number 2, I think it's going to be Tyler Johnson. We've seen his role really emerge the last 2 weeks. I think number 3 is going to be a combination of Tutu Atwell and Jordan Whittington. And they're probably going to call up an Xavier Smith to the roster. Who knows what they do with Drake Stoops? Who knows what they do with Sam Wiglis? But that's what you're pretty much looking at. And then potentially outside of the organization, there's rumors they could go and maybe bring back an old friend in Robert Woods via trade from the Texans. We'll see what ends up happening. There are some other receivers out there. Who knows where they're going to go with this? I don't really know. I don't think anybody does. But they still have Matthew Stafford. They still have some healthy offensive linemen. They still have Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. They have their coaching staff. They have a defense that, yes, they played horribly against the Cardinals. But for the most part, they're relatively healthy. They did lose John Johnson, unfortunately. But they are relatively healthy. So it could be worse. I'm not saying that I love saying it like that, but it could. Stafford is still the quarterback for the time being. And while he's still the quarterback, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a very talented passer. He can make plays, obviously, with different options. He did that in the Super Bowl. When push came to shove, he had no issue throwing, out routes to Darrell Henderson, who was dealing with a high ankle sprain at the time. He had no issue throwing over the middle to Bryson Hopkins. I think you're going to see more Colby Parkinson now moving forward. I know they tried to get him involved and couldn't in that game, but they couldn't get much of anything going. So there is that. And you also have the fact that, look, Blake Corum and Kyron Williams can be utilized as pass catchers. So obviously, moving forward, the Rams are going to have to figure out something with their run game. That run game was supposed to be very good, and it has not been that. So if they can't get going with the run, then it's going to add a lot more, I would say a lot more pressure on the passing attack. And with that, now this loss is going to be mega. I do think this loss is a mega loss because you're losing Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua for the foreseeable future. And what that does means you can't run your offense the way you want to run it. So with that said, I do expect the Rams to try and move on. I did say before the season started, Jordan Whittington is the closest thing in this draft to being Puka Nacua. Well, he gets a chance to prove that because he's going to get a much more extended role moving forward. And Matthew Stafford, if anybody is doubting him, if he can go out there and beat the 49ers this week with no Kupp, no Nacua, no Jonah Jackson, no Avila, no Noteboom, you're going to have to give him a lot of credit. So we're going to find out what this team is made out of. We're going to find out real quick what these receivers are made of. We're going to find out real quick how good these receivers truly are. Can they create separation? Are they going to be able to make plays? This is a massive game. If the Rams lose this game to the 49ers, and it's very possible, they would go 0-3. Then they would be heading to Soldier Field. This is their home opener. They got to take care of business. Hopefully they do that. We'll see what ends up happening, but that's pretty much where we're at right now. Cooper Kupp did not get the news we were hoping for, clearly, with that ankle, but we don't know exactly the diagnosis. We know some of the other diagnoses, but we don't know Cooper Kupp's. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this. I do expect guys to emerge, whether that's Demarcus Robinson, Tyler Johnson, Jordan Whittington, Tutu Atwell, Colby Parkinson, the running backs. I don't know, but I do expect that guys are going to step up and play a pivotal role. And the good news about this, and it's not, you don't love it, but the good news about when something like this happens, guys have a chance to step up and make an impact. And, sometimes you find out a little bit more about your football team that you didn't know. Like last year, Puka Nacua being as good as he is. There's no reason to think that Puka Nacua is on the roster somewhere. There's another one. But there's also no reason to act like none of these guys can be better than what they're currently perceived as. And that is the exciting thing about this. So I'm excited in a weird way to see these young guys get an opportunity, to see Jordan Whittington take on a bigger role, to see Tyler Johnson, to see Demarcus Robinson. We'll see what ends up happening. But bottom line is they have to be at their best if they want to win this Sunday. Matthew Stafford has to be at his best, and no one is going to feel sorry for the Rams, despite the fact this is the second time they've gone through the injury-ravaged situation, the injury bug, if you will. Nobody in the NFL is going to feel sorry for you, especially after you won the Super Bowl not that long ago. So we'll see what happens. How do the Rams respond? We'll see if they go outside the organization. We'll see if they stay inside the organization. I imagine that they're going to promote Xavier Smith from the practice squad or just sign him outright. That will give you a little bit more depth at wide receiver. He had a really good camp and preseason. But, of course, not saying Xavier Smith is going to be the deciding factor and whether you win or lose against the 49ers. But that's type of the direction that we can see them going in. So if you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, also comment. Be sure to follow me on all social media at JKBogan, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Kick. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to check out today's sponsor, Via. Once again, JK Bogan will get you 15% off your order at Via. So go check out the link in the comment section and description below, and I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.